we will all be watching for Pigs on the Wing. Welcome back. Bond Factor Friday night, September 30th, 2016. Good to be back with you live from SoCal on a beautiful, as usual, beautiful Friday night. And I'm here to remind everyone that we are not all a bunch of liberal Democrats out here that don't know what's going on, dancing around smelling flowers. Some of us are trying to figure this out. Living out here, I'm one of the highest taxed individuals in the world. So, of course, I'm interested to see things improve, just like most people in the country. And so we'll be looking a little bit at the effects of that as the Bond Factor show continues. But as you know, tonight we're discussing mostly about the takeover of the internet, the takeover of your minds that's going on right in front of us. The fact that I believe Trump, along with other things, WikiLeaks, InfoWars, all kinds of internet things going on, as well as Trump's use of social media, show that the mainstream media is becoming obsolete in this country, and they're all scrambling around trying to figure out what they're going to do. And I'm sure you saw USA Today coming out today in their first time of over 30 years. They've never endorsed a candidate for running for president. They still haven't endorsed a candidate, but they're denouncing Donald Trump in a very strange denouncement. So I want to take you guys now, as we sort of get back into this, to the First Amendment, which is really what we're talking about here. Excuse me as I get it. There it is. The First Amendment, I'm on just Wikipedia here, which is about as neutral as it gets. And you can see the First Amendment definition in the Constitution. It prohibits any law respecting an establishment of religion, impeding free exercise of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, right to peaceably assemble. Doesn't this sound like a lot of the things that are going on right now, as much as we talk about the Second Amendment? It also is to prohibit things that the government can do in order to suppress the people, government of and for the people. And I think that's pretty interesting as we look to another article here. This is a Gateway Pundit, where I just happened to see a pretty good article about, whoops, didn't mean to pop that up, about Hillary promises to destroy conservative website as president. And I actually saw live one of her speeches where she came out and said, yes, we do not believe in any of these internet news sources that you see out there. We don't, she was condemning it. She condemned, I believe it was Breitbart and InfoWars. I'm not sure exactly who she called out that day, but she pretty much said that they didn't deserve to be on the internet and they needed to be shut down. So when you start to look at, our First Amendment and our rights and how the public is going to get informed, we're surrounded by censorship. Another great example is YouTube and what they're doing. They've hired internet trolls, essentially, to run around and complain or sort of comment on content they don't agree with. In other words, it's a neutral way for YouTube to censor their content, but do it in a way where it looks like they're responding to the wishes of the public. So all of these things are sort of coming in, and it's becoming urgent now because the public has shown that they can educate themselves on their own when given the means to do so. The problem is that's not what they want people to do. They want a dumbing down. They don't want a free-thinking society. They don't want healthy minds, scientists, people that can actually accomplish something in the world. They want robots and an internet where people are able to think freely for themselves and do things for themselves. Definitely doesn't constitute that. And as we continue to learn ways that they censor us, we also can see that this is obviously a liberal issue. And, as a sort of talking point, I guess you could say, all of the veins seem to trickle into corruption as far as the media and the ways we've gotten our information for years is not credible anymore. It's become something just totally different, I think, than what any of us thought we were going to see. So as we just get started here on the Bond Factor, one of our first ever live streams, we're trying to get the information out to you on a Friday. We'll be back in a minute. And as I said, we're going to stick to the theme of the evening, which is an album done by Pink Floyd called Animals, which the thrust of the album is segregation of groups. You have dogs, sheep, and pigs. First song calls Dog. It's called Dogs, or Dogs. Yes, and we'll be back right after this, dog. Thanks for being with us.